I am very, very excited today to have Femi here. If you don't know who Femi is, you need to look up, what's that one? Hacker Femo. You need to look up Hacker Femo. So, thank you very much, Femi, for being here today. It's very much appreciated. Femi, you were just at the event at CyberTalks. How did you find it?
It was really interesting, actually. I met some really cool people, made some really cool networks, and I can't wait to come back next month.
Wicked. Positive. I love it. So Femi, there's a few people might not know about you, but from our conversations that we've kind of just had, there's a lot of things that you've done, which I think for how old you are is amazing. So you taught over 200 people in Bangladesh, is that correct? So tell me more about that. How did that come about?
Well, we met someone who had a charity in Bangladesh at an event similar to this, and you know when you have sort of really big ambitions.
Yes, I definitely know.
And we had one of those moments. It was like, wow, it'd be so cool to come over, go to Bangladesh, and go and do some work with these street kids in the charity that this guy runs. And it became reality once we did a crowdfunder, and it's successful.
So what were you doing with these guys?
So in fact we got the backing of Microbit Foundation.
Okay.
And the Microbit's a small computer that's designed to get people into coding. And they gave us 100 microbits to take over to Bangladesh. Wow. And our aim was to reach 100 young disadvantaged people and give them each a microbit. And as you can see, we doubled it.
Good.
And we got over there and we did 12 days of workshops. In fact, if you take out travel, we actually did 7 days with 17 workshops, reaching over 200 young disadvantaged people.
Wow, that is brilliant. That is brilliant. You are doing what everyone should do and help people get further. I have 100% respect for you for that side. You also won the Diana Award. Now I've seen something, okay? So on your Twitter page, there is a picture of you, Prince Harry and Prince William. So you met those guys? Wow. So tell me, what was the award for?
So 3 years prior to that, I set up South London Raspberry Jam. Because I learned about coding through hacking Minecraft, and I thought, you know what, I think it'd be awesome to share this with my friends. And around that time, I'd been diagnosed with Tourette syndrome. Okay. And I thought, actually, my Tourette friends would love to do this, but they might not feel safe in some environments. So I asked my mum, and I said, Mum, can we set up something where we could get my Tourette friends to come and do some coding with me and have fun, but in an environment where they feel safe? And hence we set up South London Raspberry Jam, which went on for 3 years, and then
So how old were you when you set up this? Because you're quite young now, so if you set this up 3 years ago, I imagine... So just to let you know, you're 12.
I'm 12,
So if you set that up 3 years ago, you were 9 when you set this up. Wow, amazing. Amazing.
And
okay.
That sort of led to me doing a number of different talks, and got asked to take part in a documentary called Change Enablers. Okay. And with that we went to Soho, and there I met some of the Diana Award people, and they said, your story is great and what you're doing is awesome, and we'd like you to apply to take part in the Diana Award. And that year was the 20th anniversary for Princess Diana's death. Yep. And they were running a special legacy award as well. Wow. And you have to win the Diana Award to get put forward. So my school put me forward for it, and I got the Diana Award, and I also went on and got the Legacy Diana Award.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's brilliant. So recently, you've done something quite spectacular. So you were in San Francisco, right? Yeah. So what happened in San Francisco?
Well, we did some stuff at the Tate Modern in London, down by South Bank, and we ran a 2-day event there called the Young Honus Conference, And it was a really cool 2-day event, and we got some young coders from across the country to come down. We gave them some CPD style training like teachers would get.
So what's that?
So it's like, don't know what CPD stands for, but it's like just a bit of training on, how to teach and best ways to make workshops and sort of how to give support and how to what to present and how much control you have over the workshop and how much you let them sort of figure out themselves.
So you were teaching these guys, is that right?
Oh no, so we actually got someone in from CAS, Computers at School, to come and teach 12 young coders, which I was one of, about sort of these best ways of teaching. And also on that first day, Microbit Foundation came down and we made some workshops with their team, and they gave us like a quarter of their whole team to work with. And the second day we delivered our workshops to the public, and it was really cool.
Sounds good. Sounds crazy, but how did you get to the talk in San Francisco?
Now, the Tate Exchange is part of the Tate Modern that looks at sort of digital parts mixed with the arts. And we were asked to become Tate Exchange associates a few years back. When
So what does that mean, that you're an associate?
It means you can sort of use the space and do events there and get free tickets.
Lovely, free tickets to the Tate, why not?
And so the funders of the Tate Exchange were actually Red Hat. And every year at their summit, they have an area called Open Source Stories, and they just look at some stories from across the world, mainly the US. And this year they said, "Oh look, Femi's doing some cool stuff. I think it'd be really awesome if you could do a talk." They contacted me, and that started about a 5-week period where we did some work with their creative team to make a talk for the Red Hat Summit. Well, it was about a lot of things. It was sort of about my journey from doing the sort of South London Raspberry Jam stuff to setting up a business. It was about community, open source, and young people.
So it's kind of from start to where you are now and what you're trying to do. Okay, that's so. What's the dream for you? What would you love to do as a job?
Well, there's many things that I've always considered, but I recently got asked to come down to PwC, and there they gave me, well, that was off the back of winning the Diana Award, because one of the head judges there was actually one of the main people in the PwC cybersecurity department, and they gave me...
What was his name?
I'm not sure.
Oh, you don't even know his name? Oh, never mind. Okay.
I should. And he invited us down for a 2-day event, and all of their cybersecurity team, one person or 2 people from each division, came and talked to us over that 2-day event and talked to us about different parts of cybersecurity. And of course, the ethical hackers was just the coolest.
Did that ping your interest? Was that cool? Mr. Robot style.
Yeah. And I had to come back to shadow them, and it's so cool.
Wicked. That's what you want to do. Okay, well, Femi is here if anyone wants to hire you. So tell me what's the future for you? You know, I know that you want to be an ethical hacker, but I know you're doing a few things in the community at the moment. You know, how would you? What would you suggest for people that want to get into cyber and you know?
What's your suggestion?
Well, I got into coding through computer games, and of course, children play computer games. Come on, I mean, you can't go 5 minutes without hearing someone talk about Fortnite.
Yeah, I do play Fortnite, but I do understand.
It's an amazing game, And really, a lot of people learn about coding through their desire to explore what's behind those games, and that's what got me into coding, and that's how I want to get other young people into coding, to make them sort of think, actually, what's behind this game, and how could I perhaps make my own?
So when did you start when did that light bulb come on up? When did that light bulb come up where you were like, I want to start coding. I'm interested in this.
Well, as an 8-year-old, getting into coding, I loved Minecraft.
Okay, so as an 8-year-old, you were playing Minecraft. Okay.
And I heard that you could hack Minecraft using the Raspberry Pi.
Yep.
And come on, I'm not gonna say no to that.
Okay.
And I went on the little workshop they did,
Yep.
and I thought, this is so cool. And then we ended up setting up Southend Raspberry Jam. But what I'm doing at the minute is I'm doing a fundraiser for £25,000 to set up a 6-month pilot program.
Okay.
So I want to set up meetups for young people.
Okay.
So a bit like this, and but to be honest, the adult ones are at times where kids can't really come, and they've got beer and pizza.
I do understand.
So I want to set up ones for young people instead, so that they can come down. And the idea is it's going to be totally youth-led.
Yep.
So they pick what they want to learn about each month, and we're going to do it for 6 months. We're also going to run 4 outreach workshops.
Okay.
And with everything we do, we want to collect some analytics and feedback and put it all into a handbook that other young people, or an open source handbook that other young people can take and build their own meetups in their own communities.
Okay.
And we've already got interest from America with Raspberry Pi Foundation. And their team over there, they've got 5 people to cover quite a vast space.
Okay.
So they quite like the idea and they want to use it. But at the moment we're looking about a few things about child protection and that, because when you do things like this, you've got to make sure it's fully safe, and you've got to, basically we want to make a hub with my website, a sort of forum where people can meet up from these different groups and things like that.
Okay, so the goal is now to raise money on a crowdfunding basis to help people similar ages to you. What's that age range?
Well, we work with these meetups. We want to go from 10 to 16-year-olds.
10 to 16. Okay, so you want to fundraise for 10 to 16-year-olds to help them learn. Is it about learning about code, or is it actually a social thing where people can actually meet together who are interested in gaming and IT and cyber?
Well, it's whatever the young people want to make it. If they want to come to learn about code, we will help them learn about code. If they want to come to make networks, I'm sure we'll have the people there to make sure they can. And my aim for the next 3 years, one of my big aims, is to get 100 young disadvantaged people who might not actually see jobs in the digital services. I want to get them into jobs there, because a lot of young people can't even get jobs in supermarkets. There's 100 people applying for 2 jobs. Wow. And many of them are actually interested in tech. And I'm sure with some help and some encouragement into the coding community, they could easily find these jobs.
So how are these guys out here who are watching this video, how can they help you raise that money and do what you want to do?
Well, we need you to give us a personal donation so that you can show your support for the next generation, and also share it with your friends and things like that.
So have you got a website right now?
We have, as you can see, I've got HackerFemo on my t-shirt.
Alex, if you can put HackerFemo there. So
this is hackerfemo.com is my website, and it's also probably going to be the central hub for everything I'm doing. And hackerfemo.com is also my business.
Perfect. Well, Femi, thank you very much. I think you're an inspiration to a lot of people out there who want to get into cybersecurity, and a lot of people out there who want to help the community. So thank you very, very much. And remember, Hacker Femi, donate, get that done, help him out. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.